Hey everyone, so as I went through in some of my shorts, I was training for the mile to see as close as I could get to 4 minutes. And this past weekend I did my first mile race of the year, and it's the first time I've raced really in 2 months, and before that I did a 5K. And it wasn't the most successful of races in my opinion, but it was really good to get out there. So this was a downhill mile, and the week leading up to it, I didn't really take care of myself the best. I didn't get enough sleep. The training really wasn't there this past week, at least to fire myself up neuromuscularly enough. So my legs really weren't as used to the higher speeds that it takes to run the mile in particular. So I think that led into not the best race, as well as just not being mentally with it enough. So like I said, this race was a downhill mile. So obviously the times are not really indicative of the shape anyone is in, but it's kind of a cool test to see how fast you could go with a little assistance. And as the race went off, this one guy, he took it out really hard, and I think just not being mentally with it um, let him get away. And once that was happening, the race, in terms of winning or losing, was pretty much over. So he up front ran a 3:57 actually mile, which is pretty impressive even with the downhill. And I was second in a 4:09, which on paper is the fastest I've ever technically gone in a mile, even with the downhill. But I actually, even though I wasn't with it, I didn't feel that tired as the race went on. Not that I didn't try, but I think I was not ready for it and just not um, expecting it to go so quickly. Because, see, they didn't mark out the quarter miles. So I'm seeing the finish line, and I'm trying from far away to make sure it's the end because it didn't feel like it was the end. And I think I left a lot on the table there. So overall, it was a disappointing result, but I felt a lot better about racing because I feel like if you don't race enough, then you're not used to racing. So you get in your head more and you second guess yourself. You get nervous. You get stuck in this loop of trying to live up to yourself, and that's not really very good. So I think the more you race, even if you're not expecting it to go well, just conditions you to be less nervous. So afterwards, I felt a lot better about racing. So I think it was pretty much a success, despite it not being what I wanted. And in addition, it is a downhill mile. So even if it was a really good time, there's always going to be an asterisk next to it saying it was downhill. But overall, this was really good. And I just wanted to give you guys an update since I mentioned my training in some earlier shorts that I've done. And I think I'm going to try to keep updating you guys. April and May were not the best training months for me in terms of a few things, just going on with my working life and sleep and a lot of just busy things to do. Not that I stopped running, but I think just it wasn't as focused as it could have been. And now I'm looking forward to doing some mile races in July, and the big ones are in the beginning of September or late August. And there might be one in October. And if things are going well, I might consider working towards the indoor season and maybe even the Millrose games. So just wanted to give you guys an update and stay tuned for more updates. I'm thinking about doing some 5Ks as well. Take care.